Congressman Donalds, and it's great to have you with us, Congressman. I know you have a lot to say about this. What is the biggest discovery to come out of that hearing you and your colleagues held earlier this week?
I think two things are the biggest discovery, and this is not to take the fraud lightly. It's the fact that Governor Walz and the Attorney General Keith Ellison, they knew about this fraud and did nothing to stop it. Furthermore, the Walz administration was intimidating whistleblowers who work for the state of Minnesota, who work in the Department of Human Services in that department, and they were intimidating these witnesses, threatening their careers to stop them from coming forward. That's one. The second is the fact that when all these remittances leave Minnesota and go back to Somalia, they go through this money exchange network called the Hanwala network, and it is based upon other reports that we have, al-Shabab, the largest al-Qaeda affiliate in Somalia, and other terrorist organizations have access to that network. We know money's fungible, so it's pretty clear to see that these dollars going back overseas could in fact end up in the hands of foreign terrorist organizations, including the largest al-Qaeda affiliate in Somalia. That's damning. Governor Walz had a responsibility to put a stop to this. Not only did he not put a stop to it, he intimidated people who were trying to put a stop to it.
Yeah, Congressman, I mean, given what you've just said and what you've seen, would you support the House sending a criminal referral on Governor Walz or Attorney General Keith Ellison over to the Justice Department over what you guys have exposed happening in Minnesota?
I would, and I think there's more investigation the House is going to do in this. The Vice President made an announcement yesterday, Vice President Vance, about there is going to be new appointments made at the Department of Justice to dig into fraud in these social welfare programs all across the United States, and I support what the administration is doing. But we're going to continue our investigation, but I will fully support, based upon the hearing we had yesterday, other information we've already collected, and there's still more work to be done.
I want to turn to this, the 17 Republicans who voted with Democrats to pass the House Affordable Care Act bill yesterday. It's likely going nowhere, as we know, but a shutdown is now looming just weeks away. The president urging Republicans to be flexible on long-standing red lines like Hyde Amendment protections on abortion. Here's what the House Speaker had to say. Take a listen.
Republicans always stand by the Hyde provisions. It's been a tradition in our law forever. We do believe in the sanctity of human life, and we think it's important that taxpayer dollars not fund abortion. I mean, this is a well-settled principle of ours.
Congressman, where do you stand?
Well, listen, I want to see Hyde protections as well. It makes no sense that you would have federal dollars that could potentially fund abortion when abortion is a very divisive topic in American politics. That is clear. But what I would also say is that it's now, what, January 7th, January 8th? The House leadership should have had a plan on this a month ago. And that's just where we are. There are many plans amongst House Republicans, but we should have come to a plan already where you could have had the substantial reforms of the Affordable Care Act that are necessary before you even begin to talk about subsidies. And one of the biggest reforms is what the president has put forward, saying that these subsidies, which Democrats want to go to insurance companies, instead of them sending them to insurance companies, which wrote Obamacare with Barack Obama and congressional Democrats 15 years ago, put that money in the hands of the American people so they can actually have more purchasing power and make real health care decisions. You combine that with serious reforms that get rid of the regulatory bloat of the Affordable Care Act, which has made health insurance unaffordable in the United States. That's the path forward. There is a bill by Senator Rick Scott, Representative August Pfluger. That's a bill I support, which gets us a large way there. There's many more things that we can do, but this is really now incumbent on House leadership. They got to put a plan on the table for the members to consider.
All right, Congressman Byron Donalds, always great having you with us. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.